Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the International Brotherhood of Magicians. My name's Jason Michaels. I'm joined by Ben Young, Scott Cantrell, my normal co-host. Also have some special guests. Matt Stanley is joining us. Hey, Matt, is Flat Matt going to join us as well, or is it just Matt today?
He might be able to make an
Okay,
appearance.
if
I don't
Flat
know.
Matt makes it, you just feel free to let us know. And for the first time, we have repeat guests. We've never had repeat guests. Is that Lady Sarah, Keith Fields are back? They're back. They're going to tell us. Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, they're just
I,
back. I mean, they're
I'm
fun.
just concerned about the fact that we're repeating on you.
Yes, yes. We have so little to talk about. We need people to come back. We have so few guests that want to participate. We're like, please come back. I'm just kidding. We have great people that are involved, and we're excited to have a fun conversation with everybody. Real quick, what's everybody? Ben, what have you been up to lately?
Been doing shows.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
thanks for sharing. All right.
Yep.
I think
I
your
feel like
mistake, Jason, was saying real quick.
yeah. Okay.
He
Sorry.
listened to
Sorry.
you.
Yes. Scotty, you been busy?
Busy watching Ben do shows. So
It does help that we all live in the Middle Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee area. That is true. I have also been enjoying watching Ben do shows. He's a very, very talented young man. Matt Stanley, tell us what you've been up to, my man.
Well, so I've been doing shows also, but in addition to that, we have the IBM convention coming up here this July, the 22nd through the 25th in St. Louis. And I've been kind of shadowing the convention committee for a couple of years. And this year, it will be my first year as co-convention chair. So
Mm,
joining Stephen Levine, our international president. And
mm.
yeah, so fun
Well, we're gonna.
stuff.
I like that. You're going to tell us more about that though as we go, right? You'll kind of clue us into some of the cool things that the can. We not right this second, but I mean, you're going to
Sure,
share some of that with us. Yes.
I can. Sure, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. That'd be great. We would love that. Keith, Lady Sarah, what have you been doing?
Well, we've been trudging in the snow of Detroit for the last few days, where we've got
Ooh,
about 6 inches outside.
I always,
ooh.
sorry,
I
nothing.
love it when we got 6 inches
I got
outside.
this. Oh boy, this I already know where her head is at. This conversation can go anywhere. That's the
Yeah, but
problem.
last week we were in Florida, just enjoying some sun for a few days. So we've just had a nice break as well. Went and visited our good friend Dan Sperry,
yeah.
Oh
and
yeah,
some
yeah,
other
yeah,
friends
yeah.
down there as
Nice.
well. And yeah, had a wonderful week. So we're all back and refreshed and at it, aren't we? I mean, at work. That's what I mean by at it, obviously.
Hey, look,
You'll just
I do
please
not
give me
want
funny
to have
looks.
to edit. I don't want to have to edit this. I don't want to have to go back and be like, all right, chop that part out, chop this part out.
So far,
Well,
it's
this
just
is just
Sarah,
your
though.
mind.
Like, you know,
So to add to that, we saw lovely Paige Thompson down in Florida,
Yeah.
getting on and off ships, and of course we
Oh,
started the Magic Soiree again for the season. So
Yeah.
I'll just bring in the
Excellent.
sensible voice.
Really?
no, hold on.
So
Let me.
unusual.
I want to talk about this for a second. You guys have worked ships. That's something I did back in the day, but I didn't. I did it for about a year, and it was on a real small cruise line. You got Matt. I know you've worked a lot of ships, and
yeah.
Keith and Lady Sarah, have you guys worked a lot of ships?
I've worked them in the past, but I haven't worked them for about 10 years.
Not since we started the
Not since
soiree.
we started the
He
soiree.
was on and off those blinking ships, and I said, "Do you remember you got a wife and family in America?" And so he got off the ship.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is the one problem. That is the one problem with the ships is that if you get really popular, you're gone a lot. You're
Yeah.
gone a lot doing that, aren't you, Matt?
Yeah. Yeah, I do a good amount. But mostly I'm fly on, fly off though, so I'm only on for a few days at a time and then I'm back home. So the longest I've done is like 3 weeks at one time.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're happy to have everybody on the show today. As one of the ways to engage our audience, also known as clickbait, as one of the ways to engage our audience, I have I occasionally post different things on our social media accounts, and I posted I don't know 6 weeks ago. I posted a graphic that said, "What was the first magic trick you learned, and do you still remember how it was done?" Well, let's see here. Got a bunch of responses.
Yep.
Conrad Cologne said, "The first trick." Uh, hold on. Yeah, the first trick I learned. Wait. No, this is okay. I don't know how to say that. I'll tell you what. Conrad
I'm
Cullen said,
so glad that we're not going to edit this at all.
yeah, we're not going to edit. He said Adam's Magic's penny to dime was the first trick I can actually remember. That trick was so good, all the pennies are gone now. You know what? Several people actually said, I don't know if it was, I don't know if there's been a pennies to dime. I know there's a nickels to dimes, and
My
but
first trick.
oh, you know what? He's talking
Yeah.
about penny to dime, not penny to dimes. Okay, I was thinking of something different, but such a great trick.
Yeah,
And
that's
there
with
were,
the little red block, isn't it? You know,
Right.
yeah,
like
yeah. So good, so good. And multiple people said that. There's this one person who responded, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I apologize for the pronunciation of your name. Tuan Mon is someone who responded and said, one magic trick was when my sister held my wrist and told me to clench and straighten my fingers. Then when she released her grip on my wrist, my hand went numb. My sister pretended to sprinkle dust on my hand, and my hand looked like it was covered in dust because it was numb. That trick was really cool because I was so young at the time.
that's
That
actually
is
my
That's
closer.
serious.
So
that is a heck of a trick. That is a heck of a trick. Wow. Colin Haynes said when I was in second grade, my grandpa Dick Stoner visit my classroom to do a magic show for my birthday. The only condition is that I would perform too. He taught me the magic coloring book, much to my dismay. The thought of being in front of all my friends was horrifying. Nevertheless, I was able to get in front of my class to perform the coloring book. Now I perform and sell it constantly at the counter at Stoner's Magic Shop in Fort Wayne. 16 years ago, I started this great journey. Man, let me tell you,
That's
Dick
awesome.
Stoner has
yeah,
had that
Legacy.
guy has affected so many magicians. I mean, we're talking Dick Stoner is a legend in the
he is.
magic community and has I mean, you got who has a Dick Stoner story? Anybody? I saw Dick, I'll tell you real quick. I saw Dick at a trade show, and this was 10
Mhm.
years ago, and I was like, how is he still doing these trade shows? Because I mean, he
Yeah.
was not a young man. But I mean, he was standing on the floor behind a table doing magic for hours, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
Matt, you said you have one?
Yeah, I do. There used to be it closed a few years ago, but there was a comedy club for about 30 years in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Snickers Comedy Club. And I would go through and, I'd hit it once or twice a year. And I'd always go visit Dick Stoner on, the days go into the shop and that kind of thing. And one time he said, well, I hate to cut you short. I got to go do a gig. And keep in mind, this is only about 10 years ago. So he was 85 years old, something like that at that time. And he's going to doing a corporate gig, that night.
Oh my
That
God.
guy, he is a legend for sure.
I love people like that. I love people that have just a joy for sharing magic.
He still comes to Abbott's every year. Sits,
Awesome.
Colin comes with him, and yeah, it's really cool to see him.
So John Kaysen said my first trick was making small paper pieces rise and move to a wand using static electricity. You can do it with a comb as well. It was for a third grade presentation after learning about magic and magicians. The first effect I purchased was the magic coloring book, and I still perform it today in children's shows. Our current international president, Stephen Levine, says the first two tricks I remember would be the mental cube and Professor's Nightmare. I still remember the envelope that Professor's Nightmare came in calling it the 3-rope trick.
Yep.
Mm. What was one of your first tricks? Anybody can jump in.
Professor's Nightmare was mine,
Was
absolutely,
it?
100%. I remember it so well,
Wow.
and I still perform it today. It's one of the magician. A lot of magicians pass over it, but it is such a brilliant effect with so many different applications. And I've got about 10 different stories for it. I
Mhm.
just love the trick. It's great.
That's fantastic. Matt?
Uh, I think one of the first tricks, at least the first card trick, was you cut into four piles and then you deal out the burn three cards and then deal them out, and all the aces appear on top.
Ben
But I
does
think the
that
Right.
still
first
at House of Cards.
Yeah, it's a great trick. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you could do it. I mean, honestly, it's a fun trick, minus it having being procedural. But I think nickels to dimes, which you mentioned before, I think that was maybe the first trick that I bought at a magic shop. They demo it on the counter, and you know,
That's cool.
of course, I thought the dimes came with it too, so I thought I was getting a deal.
You thought you were going to make some money? Like,
Yeah, I
I'm going to be
was.
so
I was.
rich.
Yeah, this magic stuff. I'm gonna be so rich.
Bizarro said Fisher Price magic set from the mid '80s, very different from today's magic sets.
Yeah.
Who had a magic set from the mid '80s that I don't really know that I
Mid
did.
90s for me, early to
Yeah,
mid 90s
a
magic
couple
set.
others. Go ahead.
No,
You
go
said you
ahead.
said and okay. Steve Queen, our buddy, he's like the one person we constantly reference on this, and we love that. Enjoyed meeting him at the IBM convention last year. He said I got into magic late in life in my late 20s. I saw the show Crazy Girls in Vegas. Well, that's definitely a place
It's
to see magic.
magical.
The MC did magic during the intermission. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. You thought the magic was the coolest thing ever?
I think he misunderstood the advertising.
The next day, I went to Houdini's magic shop in New York, and bought the UFO card and a Spindali deck and became obsessed ever since. I love that. That's
It's
great.
awesome.
Michael
There
Dardon
are
said
some
one.
great.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say there's still some great magic sets out there, though. I mean, we buy them for grandchildren,
Yeah.
for cousins, nieces, nephews. You know, you can get some really good, classy magic kits. Really nice wooden pieces that you actually can hold as opposed to scrappy bits of plastic. Yeah, there's some good stuff out there. Definitely worth looking around.
Yeah, do a bit of research if you've got a kid to buy some magic for, because there's some
Yeah.
stuff that I hadn't seen before when I did this a couple of years back.
Huh. That's cool. That's cool. Michael Dardant said one of the first tricks I ever saw was when Ronald McDonald made a salt shaker go through the table. I had to learn how it was done and still perform it at a chance I can. Classic.
Yeah, great trick.
Ben, first magic trick.
Well, hearing some of these actually brought some memories back.
Yeah.
Because I had a phase where as a kid I was into magic, but not like really performing. And then I got really into it when I was like 12. But the ones when I was like 6 to 10, I remember color vision. And I remember, I don't know what it's called, but it was a penny to dime that you'd tap it with a pen.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
would change, right?
Mhm.
Do we know what we're
Right.
talking about? I
Yep.
don't know
I
what it
think
was
John-
called.
I think that might have been a John Kennedy thing, like an adaptation of it. Maybe
it
I
was.
might be wrong, but
It was probably a knockoff version
yeah,
of it.
I
Yeah.
think they put it in some of those like street magic kits or whatever. You know,
Yeah. But then this would have been, I mean, this would have been the 90s. So this might have even been before the street magic thing. But yeah,
yeah,
it was.
it could have.
Was it an electronic rating pen? Is that what they called it? I think so. Where it was like it would like rate on something on a scale of 1 to 10, and you'd start with a penny, which would be 1, and then it turns into a dime, which would be 10.
Oh, that's cute. Cute idea.
Yeah.
I do vaguely remember this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So that was one of the first ones back in the day.
That was when a penny was worth a penny.
It's true.
I tried doing dime to dime once. It wasn't such a good trick.
They
The date changed.
did it work? Did it work?
Oh, the trick was
It's very
brilliant, but
subtle.
the audience reaction.
Yeah. My very first trick was a trick out of the book Scarnion card tricks called the betting trick, and classic trick. Little did I learn. I thought it was the greatest thing ever when I learned it out of the book, and I only learned years later that this was a trick that apparently a lot of people thought was a cool trick, where you have a card selected, put it back in the deck. So I'm going to flip through the cards one at a time. Say, I'm going to try to find your card. You go buy it. The card's laying on the table, and then you take the next card off the top of the deck. Say the next card I turn over will be yours. They say, no, it won't. You say, you want to bet? Hence the title, the betting trick.
Okay.
And then they say, heck yeah, I want to bet. And then you take the card in your hand, put it back on top of the deck, and turn the card over on the table that was theirs.
Sneaky.
Great trick. Sucker trick. I guess that tells you about what I was interested in when I was a teenager.
When you were a
magic.
sucker.
And now you're about to be IBM president.
Yeah.
Still a sucker. What can I say?
Quite the full circle moment.
Yeah, it's not too late for me then.
That's right. That's right. Hey, man, you're on your way.
It's quite an interesting question though. So we're running this youth group for you, the president, up and coming, the IBM youth group, and I'd never thought about asking the kids what their first thing they learned.
That'll be our
That'll be our opener for next
our
month.
opener for the next month's
Absolutely.
Ring 1221, which is a new IBM ring or Zoom ring for 12 to 21-year-olds. In case you haven't caught up with it.
Well, take a minute. Tell us about it.
Okay, so once a month, second Tuesday of the month, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. We've got kids coming in from India, from Canada, from I mean, right across the US and beyond. Well,
Yeah.
hence the India thing. Anyway, the point being that we're going for special guests. We've already had Dan Sperry. We've got Eric Tate coming up. They
Yeah.
do a bit of magic. We do a bit of magic.
magic.
We talk about magic.
We want to build the IBM youth programs up. We know we have the teen seminar, which happens at the convention, which is just an amazing training
Fabulous.
ground, and many well-known professional magicians have been through that. It's just a superb way of learning magic. But that's a different thing. We've also, one of the new things we're doing is the 12/21 Zoom every month. I mean, sorry, every week.
Did I just say that?
Yeah, you
I think I
said.
did.
So it started back in September.
October, yeah, well, whatever.
September, October, and it's just got at the moment, we get more and more people every week, so it's very, very exciting. Every month, sorry, so it's very, very exciting.
It's really accomplished. Lovely Rachel Ling, who performed at the IBM last year. She's 15. She's incredible. And
we had this young lad from India, Jayant, who's he's got about 6 or 7 different themed magic shows that he does.
Yeah.
He's just amazing, and he performed for us last month, December, I think it was. A great Christmas themed trick, and he had the costume, he had the backdrop, he had everything. That kid is working hard.
It was about Santa, the reindeer's reigns.
Reindeer's reigns, yes.
Talk about 3 rope
and
tricks.
it was a version of the Professor's Nightmare, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's great. And kid out of Canada, Jesse, is doing adult stuff. He's 18. He's, getting himself out there as well as studying. So they're a good group of kids.
Yeah, it's very exciting just how it excites us, how excited they are about magic. And that's really great fun.
But I hadn't thought of what their first trick was.
No.
Some of these kids are really accomplished. We've got 3 junior leaders.
Yeah.
Christian Manal, who I think you had on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Farron Charles out of Detroit. And the lovely Gino Plager out of somewhere else.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Gino came to the House of Cards not that long ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
So those 3 guys, because obviously we're, far too
we're
old.
way too old to be youth leaders.
We just organise it. We get in the guests. But those 3 are running it. So it's good. Really good. We could get you on, Ben. You look past 21 yet?
I got a good fake ID. I can get in.
Okay.
So if somebody's listening and they're like, hey, I know somebody who's between 12 and 21 and they want to participate, how do they, now I know that you told us when it is, but how do they get this information? Is there a place they can go to learn about it?
Yeah, so it's on the IBM website. There's a page
for
the
youth page.
Ring 1221.
Okay.
There's also, again, they can email us, ibmring1221@gmail.com, or they can get hold of head office and Cindy will point them in the right direction. If you know a youth out there who's just starting, who's learning, who's interested, who just wants to actually sit and listen, that's fine too. It's on Zoom.
Oh, that's
great
cool.
to have them along.
That's cool. So if they go to magician.org, they can learn more about it. They just go to the page that's called Ring 1221 or something like that.
Yeah, it's under the youth button. I think there's a youth button on there that they'll find. They'll find it. It's not that. It's good. It's easy to navigate that site.
And they're quite techy youth.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, very cool. All right, very interesting. Oh, Scott, I feel like I've lost count. Did you tell us your first magic trick?
I know the first 2 and the second 2.
Was that the question I asked?
Yeah. I'm going to answer the question. I wish.
Sorry. That was such a jerk move. My bad.
Chattanooga Magic and Fun, first magic shop I ever went to. I got nickels to dimes and Chinese wands. And then the first trip out to Vegas was sort of when I got bitten by the magic bug. There was a magic shop in the lobby of the Riviera when it still existed, and sponge balls and a vanishing handkerchief trick, which everyone can guess what that might utilize. Those were my first 4 pieces of magic. Nice.
Well, it's really cool to have all these folks. This is like a round table fun podcast here today. Since we have so many people who are involved in the IBM on a board level and executive level, and then there's Ben.
But we're recruiting.
Yeah,
so.
step up, Ben. Come on.
So, because
that's actually why we pulled this together. This is
this isn't even a podcast episode.
It's an intervention.
We all love you very much.
Let's talk. Let's talk about this upcoming. Okay, this. Okay, just for so everybody's aware, this podcast lands the middle of February, February 15th. So we're talking to folks that it is time to start thinking about their vacations for July. We have the annual convention coming up July 22nd through 25th. Um, it's a very, I mean, as far as the registration goes, it's very affordable. This convention is being held in St. Louis this year, which has some really cool stuff. Scott, would you like to tell us one of your favorite things that is in St. Louis?
So the World Chess Hall of Fame
I've had to hear about this
and
for
the St.
years.
Louis Scholastic Chess Sitter
I'm
is
so
in
glad we
St.
finally get to get
Louis.
this out there.
So my wife says I have the trifecta because I'm a magician, a chess player, and a Star Trek fan. And so that gives the trifecta. So St. Louis is kind of one of the most active cities for world class level chess playing. Some very cool stuff. At
So that means,
sometime I'm gonna try to connect with John Gahn and see if we can get the Turk, you know,
oh,
his recreation of the automaton machine
ooh.
in the World Chess Hall of Fame. So this is me putting it out into the universe to see how we might be able to make that happen. So John, if you happen to hear this, I'm happy to put you in touch with the World Chess Hall of Fame and we can figure out maybe how to make that work sometime.
And when you say the universe, you just mean like the internet, like
Yeah,
it's.
the 17 people who listen to this episode of the podcast, if you have contacts with John, let me know.
I got you. So hey, that's a really good point though. Like if you're coming to the convention and you have a spouse, they can go to the chess center. Like it's family friendly. Like,
There's a lot of cool stuff in St. Louis, though. I spent a lot of time there. So
all right, okay. All right, let's get serious. We have a convention coming up. We got a lot of really cool talent. We've talked about it in the past. I want to hear about some of the cool stuff that you all are doing because Matt, you mentioned that like you're help planning this whole thing. Keith and Lady Sarah, you all are very super involved as well. You're involved as far as is it, do we call it a contest or do we call it a competition? Is it, are
Either,
those any,
either or.
oh,
We tend to
okay.
use the word contest, but both is good.
Okay, so you're involved with the contest. So who wants to go first and tell us about the stuff that you're the most excited about?
I'm really excited about the contest. No, I'm historically excited about the contest actually because I remember going to the I.B.M. convention in the UK when I was a little tiny magician just getting started, and the contest was
Tiny.
always one of the shut up. The contest was always one of the highlights of the convention because they had no vetting procedure in that contest, and there was honestly it was on the big stage. And in those days, at the British Convention, we had about 1,000 people coming to the convention every year. So, at performing literally, sometimes I remember the longest contest started at 8 o'clock, and it went straight through without a break till 1 o'clock in the morning.
I think you might have mentioned this before. At
What?
the time, it was horrifying.
It
But
was
if you've actually,
yeah, some of the acts were terrible, and I can remember the worst ones.
no, but we love.
I remember one guy broke his thread and did the whole first minute of his act going floaty, 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 floaty. He just didn't know what to do, and the audience were laughing.
That is, you know what? That is goes right in my back pocket for the future use. Floaty, floaty, floaty.
Got to do it with an English accent, though.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
sorry, being silly.
one of us being sensible.
Be sensible.
No, it's fabulous. We've seen folk for the last few years just really launch a great set from it. They've got a solid seven, so therefore, they can go from there. And they've taken it, in the case of our guys, Dragon and Farron, they've taken it to the castle, they've taken it to
Chicago Magic
a
Down.
whole lot. Helping lecture or lecturing rather at MAES. So we've seen folk do that. We've also seen people coming in to try some things. Our lovely friend Michael Dardont last year.
Incredibly experimental.
Blimey.
It was.
And we've got some great youth who want to give it a go. We've
Yeah.
got people applying right now. The final deadline is the 1st of May. So if this goes out in February, people you've still got time. We're looking for 7 to 10 minutes
Yeah.
and stage or close up. And then there is a youth prize as well.
And the youth prize is fantastic. So there's any people in the this is up to the age of 18 for the youth prize in the contest. If anyone wants to go in for that, it'll be published on the website soon. But Phantasma, Roger Dreyer from Phantasma always puts together an amazing youth prize. And honestly, it usually involves a trip to go and see Phantasma and meeting up with a famous magician in New York and that sort of. It's just a killer prize. So any youth out
Hmm.
there, think about it. It will launch your career and it will give you a great, as Sarah said, a great 7 minute set.
And
I
then,
I was
oh,
actually the
sorry.
first one to win that, the trip to New
Oh,
York and all that. The
Yeah.
year that they did it, it was in Kansas City, at the IBM. It would have been 2003, I believe, and that was the first year that Roger offered that, and it was, a trip of a lifetime. Very
Yeah,
cool.
wow.
Well,
brilliant.
there we go. So any youth out there, please, get on the website, check out the contest pages. It's magician.com/contest,
Dot.
magician.org/contest. Sorry, I get it right. I should know by now. I've only been doing this for 6 or 7 years.
Don't
But
go to
yeah, check it out.
magician.com. We don't even know what's there. I haven't looked. Don't go there. Go to
Don't get
It's not
magician.org.
us. I know
It's
that.
not us. Just one other thing though, Jason, on that note of prizes, because we're looking at the moment at sponsorship of some other prizes. So it's not just first and second place that will come away with awards and accolades and cash.
Hmm.
But we're talking to Ben about how he can help review acts who come into the competition, who come into the finals from the point of view of booking a professional act. He's
And you're
really,
talking about Benjamin Barnes. You're not talking about
yes, sorry.
our
He
Ben
who
of the
books the
podcast.
Chicago Magic
Magic
Lounge.
Lounge.
Yep.
We're looking at talking to Penguin and Vanish about what sort of prizes they could offer. Again, just for those who get through to the finals. So there's other prizes there as well that actually aren't on the website yet until we've got them finalized. But get your application in there. It's
Yeah,
exciting. Should
yeah.
we shut up now?
Applications are open, and you've got until May the 1st to get your application in. And by application, it does mean we need to see a video of what you're going to do, because the first round is done by video judging, and a panel of judges will go through them and select the best 8 competitors who will then come to St. Louis and perform live at the convention, and that is the highlight. In fact, everyone who gets to St. Louis is an absolute winner because they are going to get a bump in their career. They're going to get seen by lots of other people. They will have lots of other opportunities. It's
We
exciting.
can always talk about FISM in 2 years for those who come up first and
Mm.
second, but we'll talk about that on another podcast.
You guys think you're coming
Should we
back?
shut up now? Okay.
I'm just,
Wow!
I'm just
Gee.
kidding. Hey, so Matt, you competed. You competed a lot.
I
Tell us
did.
about tell us about your experience competing. Now, and it doesn't have to be just at the IBM, but some of us have talked
No,
about competing in the past. What was your experience like?
I think it was really good for me. Um, One of the things that it teaches you is, like Sarah was saying, you have, a tight 7, 8 minute act, whatever the case may be, and it teaches you how to work with other acts, because you're thrown on, you know, and you may never have experience. You may have done shows yourself, but haven't done a show in a format where, you're on with other acts, and you have to keep your time because it can throw off the whole show, and you have to know, how quick you can set everything up and tear everything down. And when you say it takes you 3 minutes to do something, then you have to learn that kind of thing. So it teaches you a lot of structure, a lot of timing. Um, it gets you in front of a lot of people,
Hmm.
and you have acts that a lot of times are specifically a competition act. They're built for competition. Not that they can't be done in the real world, but they are specifically a lot of times a competition act, which also translates to a convention act. So if they, like I did, bird acts and that kind of thing, had a I did a couple different themes. I did a pirate themed act, was kind of my most successful one, with and I had doves and a macaw and an umbrella cockatoo, and
Mm. I remember
competing
that.
with that act and winning, different things, winning the IBM, juniors, translated to a lot of convention bookings where I would do that act on a convention variety show. So I think I can't speak highly enough of it. I think it really is a great tool, and it also, I think it gives you a goal to work towards because you say, hey, I have this coming up in July, so I have to, hone this and I have to get it real tight. So it gives you a structure, something to work towards.
Did you find it to be a thrill to get up in front of your peers? Because that was always fun to stand up in front of all these magicians, people you knew, people you didn't know. Was that fun for you?
Yeah, it was because there's a lot of these people that you're performing for, and you look down in the front row, it's someone that you've looked up to as a
Mm-hmm.
performer, and that kind of thing. And that, that to get words of encouragement from people like that afterwards that tell you, and sometimes they say, hey, you really were mad, but no, I'm kidding. They do, but they, but give you constructive criticism though,
That's
and
cool.
it's always really good. So.
Scott and Ben, do you
I
guys
think
have
it's
any
a
questions about it? Oh, go ahead,
Yeah, I
Kurt.
was just going to say there is a point that I think one of the things that scares people about going in for a contest is this concept of performing for magicians,
Hmm.
especially a big audience of magicians, because you suddenly have this fear that people know how it's done, so then they're going to react differently. But the magic contests aren't like that. You have a really supportive audience that just want you to succeed. They want you to enjoy it. And over the last couple of years while we've been running the I.B.M contest, we've had conversations with people, and they were really sort of nervous about going on. But as soon as they finish, the one thing they will say is, "I want to do it again. That was just fantastic. It's such a
That's
buzz."
awesome.
Stepping
Yeah.
up in front of a room full of your peers and feeling the support and the encouragement. So yeah, it's really exciting just to watch the individual growth just going through the contest.
I
Question
And
for
am
then I
Matt.
think
so glad you said that.
Matt, tell me,
sweet.
those guys that you competed with, do you still see them? Are they still around? I mean, can you remember who
Oh,
you competed
absolutely.
with?
So, I mean, you mentioned Dan Sperry. He and I
Yeah.
competed against each other everywhere, from regional to national and international competitions. Michael Barron out of Florida. Man, there's lots of people. Alex, Ramon,
Moan. Yeah. Yeah.
um, Paige Thompson, and I. We competed. She used to do a an act with her friend, and they did a metamorphosis and that kind of thing. It was, a female magician with a female assistant. It was a pretty cool
Yeah.
Fabulous.
thing that she did. But yeah, there's lots of people.
Mm.
You kind of put me on the spot, but Dave Womack, people that you see their
Yeah.
names
You are
And
naming
all over the
so
place.
many people that are legit working, big
yeah.
Yeah,
time working magicians nowadays.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you're saying that competing, you learn so much from competing that it certainly could, it's no promises, but it could launch you towards a professional career
In a
doing
career.
magic.
Definitely,
You're
definitely.
absolutely.
right, Jason. And that's what we hear all the time.
Mm.
We talk to past winners or past performers, and they haven't always won, and they keep going in for more competitions, but they've built a friendship group. Their act's obviously solid, but they've also got friends to call on when they get a booking too. So yeah, there are
It's almost like a
definitely.
subgroup. The people that are doing contest magic, they get in touch with each other, they're helping each other. There are around the country various little groups that get together and they're exploring contest magic and trying to come up with ideas and help each other. It's a real melting pot and what's the word of that?
Hard to think,
Where,
can't
where
it?
you get things going, you get fertilized ideas.
And
Oh,
here,
sorry, I'm having senior moments. Can't think of, yes, I can't remember
But everyone
word.
everyone does work together. Everyone does work together
yeah,
Yeah.
though too, and it's really cool because you think about it as, hey, I'm competing against this person. But I'll tell you what, there have been plenty of people that, when it comes time to strike a prop, when you're getting everything out of the way, they help grab one end of your table and move it off, or here, hold this macaw for a second while I,
Here, hold this tarantula.
Scott and Ben, what questions or thoughts come up to you talking about this competing?
Scott, do you have anything?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to
I can jump in. I can jump in
I
there,
just
but
wanted to echo
Scott
something
looked like he had something.
that both Matt and Lady Sarah and Keith have mentioned, and that is the amazing benefits of competing and not winning, right? Of
Hmm.
course, you
yeah,
may join the competition, you have every intention to win, and that's great. And if you win, fantastic. The prizes are spectacular. But all the fringe benefits that I have seen, and then I competed a little bit when I was a kid, and then kind of stepped away from it. But just the fringe benefits of just competing a handful of times In terms of the relationships, the feedback and the constructive criticism was amazing. And the other note that happened to me, and I didn't expect this to happen, I've heard it from a lot of other competitors, is when you're up on stage and like Keith said, it is a very safe audience to perform for. We all get nervous, different levels perhaps, performing in front of other magicians, just because it's like we care so much about the art and we want to do good and we want to demonstrate that we know something about the art and we can perform it well. But it is a safe space, and regardless of whether you win or whether you lose, the people in the room are going to see you. And so
Mhm.
now, later on in the convention or at another convention, they're like, "Hey, you're that guy that did the pirate thing with the macaw.
Mhm.
Hey, you're that person who did the metamorphosis. Hey, you're the," and you're going to have this recognition and notoriety from people who didn't know you before, but know you
Right.
because you were willing to take the risk and put yourself out there and compete. And
Right.
regardless of win or lose, there's a tremendous amount of admiration and respect from all the other magicians who are in that room
Yes.
watching you perform, because
Yes.
they
What?
know how hard it is to get up there and perform. So I would just encourage, if anybody has an interest in it, cultivate that interest and pursue it, because I mean, sure, do your best act and go for the win. But if you don't get it, know that you're still going to win in terms of all these other fringe benefits that come along with it.
And
Oh, and
a
just
lot of
real,
time, the judges that are filling out your score sheets and that kind of thing are working pros, so they know what they're talking about when
Yep.
they make a comment on something. And it might be something stupid like, "Hey, your shoes are too colorful, and I couldn't take my eyes off of them while you were doing this, and it drew attention away." And you're like, "Oh, that's something I never thought about. I just thought these shoes were cool," or what, something like that.
yeah. And just for the record, we will put on the website. I'll have Eric put all the French benefits that you can get. They're not French.
Fringe, fringe, fringe.
Fringe.
Oh, okay.
Comedy isn't for everybody.
And you know what? You throw them out there and you hope they land. All right, Ben, what did you have? You wanted to throw out?
Well,
You wanted to?
well, as we discussed around this time last year when we were talking about the contest, I don't really have much contest experience. I competed at my very first Magic convention ever when I was like 12 and didn't understand how Magic contests worked. And I did an ambitious card routine about a frog named Hoppy. We don't have to get into that. Um, but I do just think it's such a great opportunity if you are someone who maybe to this point you've only just been doing random a random assortment of magic tricks. And this gives you an opportunity to put together a routine of some sort, whether you're going like a full theme like a pirate, or whether it's just a set of things that you're putting together with some thought, right? You're doing this. It also gives you a really nice opportunity to get creative and do an act that maybe isn't what you would get to normally do in a gig, because for whatever reason it's not practical for the real world, for a birthday party or a corporate thing or whatever. um, but it gives you an opportunity to do that thing in front of your peers and get feedback on it, and I just think that's great.
It is great, and all that
Also gives
information.
you a really
Yep.
good place to get good photos and video of you doing your act on a professional
Mm.
stage.
Great
Yep.
one.
Talk about
That
French
is,
benefits.
yeah, that's really good point. Especially when you're a young performer or somebody who doesn't perform a lot, or doesn't want to hire a professional photographer to take to a gig. Yeah, this is a great thing to take away
Mm.
from it. So you can learn more about the contest at magician.org and all the French benefits. So
Magician.org/contest. But
Keith and Sarah are getting nervous. You're talking about the French so much, I can tell.
Sorry, Jason, I know we must talk to Matt because
yeah,
there's so much going on at this convention. But there's one other thing,
okay,
because I've already got some applications from total pros who are going in for this competition.
okay.
And I know that they're thinking of 3 years' time at FISM. I
mhm.
can't tell you who their
Well,
names are.
next year's
Next
FISM
year
North
for
America.
FISM.
FISM, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can't tell you who the names are, but I got the applications. I mean, these are working pros. These are, as we know, Alex Ramon went in for it last year because his idea was for the year before. Anyway, the point is, for those of you who are pros who are listening, out of the 17 people listening, think about your act, think about representing the US.
Yeah.
That's it. Back to you in the studio, Jason Michaels.
let's talk to Matt Stanley. This is great about the contest and the competition. Matt, you have been helping plan this whole thing. You're going to help execute it. You're going to make it happen. What
Yeah.
excites you? What excites you? Tell us what excites you, and then tell us. I don't know. Is there anything that it's like we don't know about yet? Maybe there's like a secret under you want to share with us, like that you can
I
give
don't think that
us.
I can share. No secrets that I can that
All
I'm
right. Well,
able to share right
tell
now.
us your favorite. Tell us what are you excited about.
I'm excited about all this everything coming together. I'm a big fan of conventions in general, especially the IBM. I attended conventions for years, long before I was a part of the board or planning of the convention or anything like that. It's one of the coolest things about a convention, aside from the things we've already mentioned, but it's just the fellowship and camaraderie, the people you meet at these conventions that become lifetime friends. I mean, I think every single person that I'm looking at on this screen right now, I met at a Magic convention at some point. So I think that that's a big thing that don't let that get lost on you. That's the jam sessions. Sometimes the most fun of the convention is not even the structured part of the convention, but it's sitting in the lobby and hanging out with people and sharing
Hmm.
stories and because it's the only place that you can really go that so many like-minded people are going to be there, people that have similar experiences and takes on things. So I'm excited for that, for the camaraderie.
Yep.
I am excited that I'm not going to get any sleep because I'm on the board and I'm running a convention. So yeah, so there's that. But it's going to be great. The talent lineup, Benjamin Barnes has outdone himself again. Connie Boyd as our guest of honor. And did you speak with, or you are speaking with Connie probably, I think, and that's cool. And she's going to be doing a talk on her book and doing a book signing.
Great.
So that's pretty cool. Lots of new
Mhm.
names that you don't see at every convention. That's kind of something that the IBM does that is really, really cool. It doesn't necessarily need to be the person that's the big name that you see at every single convention. See a lot of people that maybe you've never heard of, and it's a real eye-opening experience to get exposed to someone that you may not have known before, and they do an awesome act. So
Hmm.
that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah.
So I have the well, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I have the tentative schedule right in front of me. So I'm looking at it.
Hey.
The look at this thing, man. I tell you what I'm excited about. One of the things I'm excited about is this I won't tell too much, but the Magic of St. Louis panel.
I just saw that too.
Ring 1 in St. Louis has a huge, unbelievable like history in Magic.
Mhm.
I mean, a few of the people that will be on this, according to the tentative schedule, do
Yeah.
not
Oh,
quote me.
yeah.
Jonathan Levitt, Chris Korn, Andrew Goldenhirsch. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
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 this is crazy.
Top
That's
guys.
Top guys.
so. Is that a panel like they're going to discuss the Magic of St. Louis? I don't know what that. I mean, I know what a panel is, but do you have more details on that?
I think my understanding of it is that there's a moderator, I believe it's Paige
Yeah.
Thompson, will moderate that, and which she's excellent at. She guides the questions just the way they need to go and sets everyone up to look great. My understanding is it's going to be some history of St. Louis mixed in with their experience because they're all St. Louis magicians that
Yeah,
have gone on. I don't think most of them live there anymore, but they've all
Hmm.
come out of there.
yeah.
But yeah,
And
obviously the history with Ring One being there and really active club
I'm not going to say
ring
anything.
rather.
I'm not going to say anything specific, but is that other person on this that I'm looking at? Is that who I think it might be?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Well,
oh
don't
yes.
say
Oh,
it.
no kidding. Wow. They're not listed on the talent list. They're probably not going to be listed at all if I know anything about anything, because it probably is going to be one of those tentative things where if they're able to make it just because of a crazy schedule. But let me tell you something. If you like magic, you will want to be there to hear this person talk. Very, very, very impressive.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow. Hmm.
And I'm
Uh,
really honored to be there, everybody. Sorry, I
wow.
said too much.
Yep.
There's
Just
there's
give it
also
away.
silly things that we're running, Matt, that I mean you know about so well, like the open mic.
Oh yes.
Oh, the open mic has been a lot of
So,
fun, right? Have you done it 2 years now? You've
Yeah.
done it twice now. You did it in
twice, three
Tacoma,
times.
Two or
and you
three.
did
I
it in
can't, two or
Yeah.
three. I can't remember.
you might have done it 3 times. Yeah.
Hmm.
So this
Wow.
is anybody who's just there at the convention, who's got 5 minutes. They don't have to be a name. They can be a name, and they want to try something or show something. Um,
Yeah, this is literally as it says, an open mic. It's an open stage. We give you
minutes though, people. We
yeah.
might have had some acts last year. By 1 in the morning, we're going, okay.
Yeah, we start when we start, which is about 9 o'clock, I think, was the start time last time. And literally, if your name's on the list, you will get a chance to perform. And the sooner you sign up, the earlier you will be. One of the highlights next year or this year that we're planning is the teen seminar are going to be the opening session.
Cool.
So hopefully we'll get the team seminar to perform because about 4 or 5 of them performed in last year's open mic and they almost stole the show. It was just
Right.
fabulous.
But anybody can perform. So Ben, I'm looking forward to your 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to see
I get-
Hoppy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to see what we're gonna
Bring back Hoppy.
Yeah.
Bring back Hoppy.
We're gonna have
Yes.
posters and T-shirts. So
Oh, I
You gotta
love
bring it.
that.
Nice.
Oh,
Bring
Scott,
back
put me
Hoppy.
down for one. I want a little badge. I love Hoppy.
I'm writing it down.
Is it Hoppy or is it Happy?
Okay.
It would have been happy because I would have been like 13, had a little Southern twang
So like last
So-
year or the year before.
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
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 So I'm looking at some other stuff that you got going on here. Andrew Goldenhurst, he doing a full show. He's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing an hour.
Yeah.
Mm.
To get to see Andrew Goldenhurst work outside of the Magic Castle. I
Yeah.
mean,
What a great mind. What an incredible act, though. Yeah. You never know what that guy's gonna,
Oh,
do. No, I mean, really, he's fantastic.
it's
I don't want.
stunning. Yeah.
It is. It's just one of those things where it's just you go. It'll even get to the point to where your head goes, "Oh, he's not gonna do that, is he?" And then he does it, and I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I mean it's just like there's no way that that's possible to do, and then he
Mhm.
does it right in
And
front
does
of you.
it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah.
And if he
So-
happens to bring his guitar as well, man, he's a phenomenal guitarist.
He is.
Wow.
Just phenomenal.
Wow, just jam session just bursts out in the middle of a show. So,
Jonathan
But,
Burns, Jason.
yeah, Jonathan Burns. I see he's
Always
doing a
delight.
lecture, and I'm guessing he's part of a show. Wait, is
Yeah,
he
he's doing
He's
his full
doing a
show.
one-man show. He's doing his own
Oh.
hour. Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
wow.
That's
That's
cool.
a great. That's
You
a
should,
that's
you
a great
should
show.
come,
Yeah.
Jason. It's going to be a great weekend.
It is going to be a great convention. Yeah.
You know-
He's lecturing you.
That's fantastic. I've known about Jonathan for a long time just because of the time spent on the college market, but I feel like Jonathan is one of those, like this guy is a beast I'm talking about for years working colleges and stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
feel like he's probably one of those guys that not enough magicians
Mhm.
like he's really landed on their radar. He is so fun. So fun.
He's just one of those guys he doesn't do a lot of conventions or anything because he's just so busy working. He does ships, he does colleges, he does corporate. And the name of his show, Life of the Party. I think that's fantastic
That's
because
awesome.
that's because if you know him, that's him. He's the
Yeah.
LIP.
This Andy Gladwin looks like he's going to be on the gala show. Looks like he's going to be lecturing. He's a busy guy, and
Yeah.
and Andy has some great magic.
Mhm.
Great magic. Like if you're going to a magic convention, you're like, I want to learn cool tricks. You definitely want to be
Yeah.
watching Andy Gladwin.
And he's quite something. He's quite something. And I know where he's from as well. It's a nice country.
He talks funny as well.
He talks funny. There's another Brit on the schedule, which you probably don't know.
Mandy Muden.
Mandy Muden. I know the name. I don't really know Mandy though. Tell us about her.
She did very well on Britain's Got Talent over in the UK, and she's been touring around the UK. I remember her from comedy clubs back in the 90s in the
Oh,
UK when she was
really?
doing that.
Wow.
Uh,
Cheeky lady.
oh yes, she was then. She's probably still is. Uh, she calls herself a witch, and she does it so nicely. I mean, I hadn't seen that approach to magic, for a long time. It's just
Hmm.
suddenly, and it just suddenly, when she started doing that, it suddenly became her character suddenly grew, and she just grew into that thing of saying I'm a witch, and it just works for us so well.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's a great character, great personality, and a lovely lady.
Well, how well do you all know Connie Boyd? Because Connie is our guest of honor, and I know Connie by reputation. I mean, I've read about Connie for years. Like, I know that she's, prolific magician, just performed all over the place. Has anybody have any personal relationship or experience knowing Connie?
Sarah's just rushed off because she's got a copy of her book,
Oh,
which is just in the other
yes.
room.
It's called, oh, there you go. The Power of Magical Women.
Yeah,
It's
That's a big
blimey.
book.
it's heavy.
It's so much information. These are taken from her articles that she did for
Vanishing
mm,
magazine.
magazine.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Vanish. Yeah. Yep.
Vanish.
Vanish.
Wrong one.
Wrong one, yeah.
And yeah, it's a collection, and it's not all women across the whole universe by any
It's
means.
not every woman in magic.
No, not at all. But it's a great collection and it's a great start. And
Mm.
from a history point of view, it's fabulous. Um, really interesting articles, some great pictures of people you know, people you don't know, people you've never heard of.
Hmm.
And I say that lovingly, but from the West, we haven't always heard of some of these entertainers and magicians from across the globe. So she's done her research. It's a great book, and she's going to talk about that. And you know, something for you to read, bedtime reading, boys.
Bedtime reading. Or if you have a hard time sleeping, you just need something to keep you up at night. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that didn't sound right, did it?
No,
You know what? That probably didn't come
no.
across well. That's not what I meant was if you drink coffee too late in the day and you're having trouble sleeping and you're like, I'll just sit here and read and hope that it puts me to sleep. I'm going to stop talking now.
That's
Yeah.
not helping. That's not helping either.
Just stop while you're behind.
Okay.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. So a great book, fabulous, very interesting, and she will tell you a history that you didn't know about.
Yeah, it's a changing world, the world of women in magic, because
Yep.
there've always been one or two, but now we actually have a whole, what do you call a lot of women?
Careful
You
now.
know what, Keith? I'm just going to stop
So
you.
many words
Just stop
coming
right
into my
now.
mind.
Stop. I
But
just
that's the
went down
great thing
that road
about
and it didn't work.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
But women are making waves in the magic world, which is fantastic to
She
see.
always have, but it's
Yeah,
never been documented, and
yeah.
now she has. As I say, it's not all women, but it's a pretty good start, Connie. Keep going.
And you know
That's all.
what? I will say that I think that there's a movement right now, and it's exciting. It's probably one of the most exciting things that is happening in magic, as far as how many women, how many young girls are genuinely fascinated by magic. I hear about it sometimes when I
Mm.
work at House of Cards, and we have the young people come in at brunch, and there's little girls that sit down at the card table, and they're so excited because they've seen somebody on their social media feeds, whether it's Carissa or I mean any number of Page, any number of magicians that they can look at and go, that person looks just like me. So it's an exciting time,
Yeah.
and I think it's great that at the IBM convention we're going to have some of the. Connie. She's almost by publishing that book, she's almost like spearheading that movement to a certain extent, and she's saying, "Hey, these are people you need to be paying attention to." Very exciting. We're wrapping up. Anybody want to share any final thoughts? I mean, feel free to share anything else we should know about the convention.
I'm just saying that everyone's working hard every day to come up with some ideas and add things, and there's some things in the works that hopefully will work out, give people the most bang for their buck. Don't forget, if you're a life member, we're not doing an actual VIP experience this year, but if you are a life member, you get the VIP seating for the gala shows,
Ooh.
and you get the meet and greet with all the performers. So if you haven't registered yet, you also, in addition to that, get a discount on your registration for being a life member. So something worth looking into for sure. There's a one of the benefits in addition to the reserved seating for the gala shows is a meet and greet with all the performers in the presidential suite.
Mm.
So definitely worth looking into. And if you have any questions on that, I'm also the Life Member Committee chairman, so you can contact me about that.
Nice segue. Nice segue.
Which we need to talk about that because we've got to get a date for that lecture for the life members.
We do, yes. We've been doing some benefits for the Life members. We did a tour of Hidden Wonders, Sean Farquhar's Hidden Wonders.
No
Did a
kidding.
Zoom tour that was exclusive to Life members. So even if you can't do the convention itself, we are working hard to do some benefits. And Keith and Sarah are going to do a lecture and performance for us. We're going to get that information together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She knows
She now
about it. She
knows.
knows. She knows now. She knows now.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
like how
we're
you
working on a date for that.
Matt
I
just told them they're going to do that. You're going to, hey, by the way,
no,
you're doing this.
Keith knows. Sarah just forgot. That was no. She probably didn't know. Actually, Keith probably didn't tell her. But
It's on a
anyway,
need-to-know basis. She's not a life member. She can't attend.
that's right.
But
That's
you
right.
will be soon, though.
Kind of paid up.
No, you haven't yet. Not until.
We're just going to have a little discussion here about who's
Right.
It gets
A
cheaper to be a
sidebar.
life member when you hit a
Sidebar.
certain number, which I can't mention because you never mention a woman's age.
just her bra size.
Yeah.
That's an
Well,
interesting
just
last
important.
thought. There you go.
Sometimes those are not mutually exclusive numbers.
Yeah.
What, Matthew?
Just worry about which one's bigger.
That's stuff
Lord
now.
have mercy. I guess I am going to have to edit this podcast. Ben, Scott.
We were doing so well.
Yeah,
Yep,
so
yep,
close.
yep.
Ben,
Last thoughts?
I'm excited about the convention. It's going to be a blast. Like Matt said earlier, all the talent's fantastic. The shows will be awesome. Lectures will be great. Can't wait to see the contest. But probably the number one reason I go today is to hang out with all my friends. So and to make new ones. So for the price and the opportunity to rub shoulders with the people who are going to be there, it's unbelievable. My first I.B.M convention was San Diego back in the early 2000s. I was a youngster, just getting started in the professional world of magic, and got to hang out and meet some of my heroes then. And so that happens, and it happens at every I.B.M. I still get starstruck every time I go to the convention. So I would encourage everybody to block those dates and get registered now.
All the big awesome things that have happened in my life happened because of people I met at magic conventions. So
Wow.
definitely do it, especially if you've never been to one.
That's quite the wow. That's quite the endorsement. I will say that the track record is there, friends. If you've ever attended an I.B.M. Annual convention, it is extraordinary. You will have a blast. You will make new friends. You will learn new magic, and it's just going to be a good time. For more information about the International Brotherhood of Magicians Annual Convention, check out magician.org. That is magician.org. This has been a whole lot of fun, everybody. Thank you for being here. Keith Fields, Lady Sarah, Matt Stanley, Scott, Ben. My name is Jason Michaels, and we will talk to you again next time. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care. Thanks.